Good morning. It's 10 a.m. on Sunday, May 5th. I'm currently still in Dedicated, and I didn't think I was going to film an actual vlog during Dedicated because I wanted to solely focus on studying, but I also thought this is a very grueling and hard period of my life that I want to be able to look back on and see that I made it through. So I decided that I'd do a vlog for a week and just show what life was like during this time period. It's interesting because a lot of people really hate on Dedicated, and I started off by thinking Dedicated was not bad at all because there's no school, there's no outside activities pulling you in multiple directions. All you really have to do is just study, but it's uninterrupted studying because you've already studied all throughout school, but now it's just uninterrupted studying. You're on your time. You could stay at home the entire day if you wanted to. You could go to a cafe and stay there for 10 hours if you wanted to. But also with that, the way I think about it is there's no highs and no lows. So Dedicated to me has just kind of been a flat line of every day is the exact same. I do the exact same things. There's nothing really keeping it interesting. There's no class or school activity that I can go to kind of break up that routine. Literally the highlights of my week are when I go to Panera to study. So currently I have about 20 days left until I take my first exam, which is the COMLEX. And basically every week has been about the same. I'll do a ton of practice questions, I'll do Anki cards, I'll do content review in the form of videos, or I'll look things up in the step book. And then I'll also do practice exams. So I'm going to be taking full practice exam later this week at some point, probably around Wednesday. So today me and Becca and Jihan are going to do a half length instead. So basically do 2 out of 4 sections because I don't want to do a full one, because if I'm taking another full one in a couple days, I burn out really easily when I do that many questions. So I'm just going to do half and save all my strength for midweek. So yeah, everything I've mentioned, that's the rough plan for today, and we're just going to dive in and see where the week takes us. UWorld percentage so far. They tell you that by the time you take the exam, you're supposed to be done with UWorld. If not, do 2 passes through UWorld. If not, do 1 pass through UWorld and do 1 pass through all the questions that you got wrong. As of right now, I don't think I'm on track to even do 1 whole pass through UWorld, but I forgot how many questions exactly they say that you should do before taking the exam, as in practice questions, but I've calculated with all of the practice exams that I've taken, the UWorld bank and the TrueLearn ComBank, I'm over 4,000 practice questions in now. So ideally I am going to get through this, so I'm doing my best, and questions have gotten a lot easier than they were for me in the beginning of Dedicated. You should have seen how badly I struggled and how long it took me to get through sets, because I used to get 30%, 40%. So I pretty much used to get everything wrong, and then I'd have to sit and review everything, and a lot of it felt like new content. But now it's starting to click. I'm starting to score a lot higher, getting less wrong, so less to review. You know how it works. So it has been a lot better, so maybe I can get through everything. I'm gonna try and do a quick 20 set before it's time to leave to go take the practice exam.
You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, well, I don't wanna jinx it, baby. Can't twist myself at the spine. Don't wanna overthink it, baby. It's just twist your body and mine. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight.
Good afternoon, it's Tuesday. I made the mistake of sleeping through all of my alarms, so I only woke up at 11:30 today, which is great because I got all the rest that I needed, but also terrible because I wasted so much time in the morning that I could have spent studying. Yesterday was a decent study day. We only ended up getting through 1 section of a UWorld assessment, so that was 40 questions, and then I did 40 more questions of UWorld in general. I did 400 Anki cards, and I got through, I think, 4 videos of like Pathoma and Sketchy that I was watching. I definitely want to hit even more questions today, and then probably also focus more on Sketchy Biochem. It's been really helpful, and I feel like I have retained 0 biochem since I learned it in school. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start with the 20 questions. It is 8 p.m. I'm about 40 questions in. I took a break and went to the beach today, trying to enjoy the beach as much as I can since I'm not going to really have it next year, the way I've had access to it here from school. And now I'm doing some Anki cards that I unsuspended from the videos yesterday, some videos today, and the questions that I worked through today. So I'm going to work through these cards now. I'm reaching that point in burnout where it's hard to focus, it's taking me longer to get through each task, and I have to keep myself interested by switching tasks. So like I'll do questions and I'll watch a video and then I'll do cards and then I'll go back to questions because it's hard to stay focused on one task. So yeah, currently just working through the cards. Here's a fun fact about me. I think I've watched these videos probably about 5 times each now. If you don't know who this is America Revere. She's a doctor now, but she's like the OG med school YouTuber, and these 2 vlogs are about her Step 1 experience, and I watched this before I even got into medical school. First year of medical school when I wasn't even studying for Step, and now that I am. She is just going through it here, and she portrays it in such a raw and sincere way. So if you need any study motivation, these 2 videos. And I say that because it's literally taking me a year to get through these Anki cards. Also, I forgot if I already mentioned this, but I made 2 new filtered decks for my Anki, so I'm no longer worrying about this big number, and I'm no longer doing over 1,000 cards a day, which was extremely draining and extremely time consuming. But now instead, I'm filtering all the cards from all the new videos that I watch into my new stuff deck, and then all the UWorld and TrueLearn questions that I missed, all those cards go into the missed questions deck. So I just finished going through, and also these cards take the cards out of the Anking card, so this number always changes because these cards are from this deck. So I just finished going through the new stuff, and I think I'm going to take a break from Anki because I'm starting to slow down. I'm going to watch a video instead of something or other, and then get back to the missed questions deck. So this is one of my many organizing sheets of the videos that I want to watch, have watched, and whatnot. This is specifically for Sketchy Path, and I circled Repro and MSK because these were my 2 worst pathology sections on my last TrueLearn assessment. So I'm planning to watch as many of these videos as I can as just a review. And I think the reason that they were the worst is because these 2 were 2 of the last blocks that I had in medical school. So I basically had the least experience in these. It's been about, like 3 to 4 months that I've seen these topics, compared to like cardio that was in the beginning that I've now seen for many, many months. So these I'm planning to just watch. I'm not going to do the Anki cards for this because I already have enough Anki cards and I already spent enough time on that. So these I just watch passively and just try to absorb as much as I can just through watching the video. Progress report for the day. I did 160 Anki cards, and I did 3 sets of UWorld questions, ignored this one, and then I did better on these. I have 250 cards left to go from the videos that I watched today and the questions that I got wrong. Videos that I watched today was 1 Pathoma video, and then I watched like 3 videos on Sketchy Path for breast cancer. I don't know if any of it stuck, but... So I'm going to go ahead and try to work through all the cards. I think I'm done with questions for today. By the time I was finishing up the 3rd set, I felt like my brain couldn't think anymore, so I think I'm done with questions. So I'm going to do the cards, and then I might just watch some more videos passively because it's just cartoons. Also, I've been making this list of videos that I want to watch, but of course it only keeps growing, and I haven't crossed anything off yet. Done with Anki cards. It took forever, and it's only midnight right now. I usually go to bed around 2. And then wake up around 10, so it's kind of an early bedtime for me if I go to bed right now. So I think I'm going to watch some Sketchy Path and just passively absorb until I'm ready to go to sleep. It's 9:40 in the morning on Wednesday. I'm heading out to school to take a practice TrueLearn assessment. I've been taking an assessment like once a week, if not twice a week, so I slept terribly. I had the same thing happen to me when I was studying for the MCAT. I would get a nightmare every single night, and these nightmares are not just like little things, it's literally like shootings, or I'm kidnapped, or someone I love dies. So it's like terrible nightmares that really get in the way of good sleep. So I feel really exhausted, but I'm taking it with a bunch of friends, so that's always motivating to get my butt there and actually take it. So hopefully it goes well. The last one went pretty well. Okay, so I'm home now, eating. My whole schedule is just out of whack because I took the True Learn assessment and then we reviewed the True Learn assessment right after. The True Learn assessment is 180 questions, no breaks, and I also ran out of time more so on this one than I did on the first one. The first one I at least like had time to go run to the bathroom somewhere in between the sections, and then this time I didn't even go to the bathroom in the 4 hours because I was constantly pressed for time. I didn't eat in those 7.5 hours except for like some snacks, so I'm like eating now. It's 6:40 p.m. I think I want to go on a run. I've had a headache. I usually never really get headaches, so this is how dedicated it's going, and I've had a headache for the past like 4 days straight, but on and off. I think it's getting to that point in dedicated where it's just getting really hard to push forward because I feel tired every day. I think I've lost that energy and stamina that I had saved up in the beginning, and yeah, now every day I'm just forcing myself and willing myself to study more, do more questions, and just keep going until I finally take the exam. I also did worse on this assessment than I did on the first one, which was disappointing, but I did run out of time, like I said, in the end, but I don't think that was worth how many points I had dropped in this assessment. So just to show some of the things I'm going to be focusing on now, GU dropped all the way down. I got 25% of the questions correct, which can be because there weren't that many, but also it's weird because GU on my last assessment was one of my highest. Also, psych and endocrine were both two of my highest systems, so I don't really know how to interpret results when it's just like the inverse of each other in the span of a week. Like, I know I didn't forget all my endocrine, psych, and GU stuff in the span of a week, you know? But then MSK was low, and I think it was my lowest last time, so I know for a fact that I have to hit this really hard. And I think I'm just gonna watch a ton of videos, just like all the videos that there are for the pathology for this system, and hopefully bring this up. I think I'm done with questions for the rest of the day. I'm gonna go for a run and not think about school. And then I have a ton of Anki that I unsuspended from the True Learn questions that I got wrong. And then I think I'm just gonna watch videos for the rest of the day because I think the only capacity that I have left in my brain is to watch pictures flash in front of my face and not have to think through questions. I'm now having the worst time. Dedicated did not seem that bad. And now, I can't wait for this to be over. First, I think I gotta get out of the house because I usually don't study at home, and I have been studying at home because it's been really comfortable to just have everything here, have all my snacks here, and not have to go anywhere. And now I am just hating being at home because I just associate every room in this home with boards prep now, and like, I feel like I can't get a break. So I think I'm gonna go to school. But I did 40 practice questions today already and MSK, and realized that MSK is in fact really hard for me for whatever reason. So I didn't do well in those practice questions, but I'm learning. I watched some videos for MSK. I think I'm gonna work through all my MSK Anki cards that I have unsuspended. So basically the plan is, tomorrow I'm going to be taking another COMSE. I'm still trying to get the score that I need to be able to sit for the real exam, the COMLEX. So the plan for today is going to be to do some True Learn questions, because those are the most representative for what the COMSE will look like. Do all my MSK Anki, do all my Anki for my missed questions and just the cards that are due for today. Watch the rest of the MSK videos that I have. I gotta review OMM for tomorrow, at least all the like high yield OMM, and then I think with whatever time I have left, I'm gonna watch some new videos for like biochem or something and unsuspend and do those cards as well. I think I'm also starting to run to the problem of all this new stuff that I'm learning. I'm starting to forget all the old stuff, and then I don't have enough time left in the day to review all the old stuff. So I've never made soup before, and I want some comfort food, so I decided to make some chicken noodle soup. This is what I have so far. Some modest beginnings, and the rest of it. If I get another inhaled, exhaled rib question wrong, I'm gonna lose it. Back at some point, I thought OMM was gonna be the easy points on the COMLEX, and now I think OMM is going to be the reason why I don't pass COMLEX. I think I overestimated how much soup I was making. I feel like I reached a new low today, so my friend was having a going away in the city, so I went there for like an hour and a half, and I didn't think about school, and I had fun, and I'm feeling a lot better. So I think I really did need just like a break from school, and it would be really nice to take a full day off. And that's like the advice that I've got is, if you're feeling this burnt out, just take an entire day off. But that sounds so scary when the test is only 2 weeks away. But anyway, ComSay tomorrow. It's midnight now, so I'm going to try and wind down and go to bed. Maybe I'll do some questions in bed or review a little bit because I'm not tired yet. But ComSay is tomorrow at 8 a.m. I need to get a 450 to be able to sit for the exam. I'm going to get the score right away, so hopefully I can get that 450 because I was close last time. Not super close. But I'm hoping that a week's time plus an assessment that I took in between, all the extra questions and reviewing, is going to be enough to get me to that 450. Really hope so, because that'll be a weight off my shoulders. So yeah, let's hope for my sake that I can do it tomorrow. I did it! I can't believe it. Passed the ComSay, got above a 450, so I'm now eligible to sit for the real thing, and it is such a relief. I got my score. I clicked submit. Okay, first of all, I was so scared to click the submit button. I was so scared to see what my score was going to be. And then I saw my score, and then I was so shocked that I started packing, and then I had to reopen my computer just to look at the score again, and I took a picture of it because I couldn't believe that I had actually passed. I don't know why. This exam didn't feel that good, so I just couldn't believe it. I was so happy. It is such a relief. I was so broken yesterday. I was convinced that I'm gonna have to push my test back. Now, at least, I don't think I have to push COMLEX back. I'm still not sure about STEP, but I think I should be fine to sit for COMLEX to take it and pass. I hope. I'm so happy. Like, I just love to see hard work pay off, and it sucks when you work really hard and you put in the time and then nothing changes. So the fact that I got a jump in the score it made all these difficult long hours and questions after questions worth it. Funny also, I think the 3 areas that I hit the hardest since my last ComSay were Repro, MSK, and Biochem, because those were 3 of my worst. And I think I improved a little bit in Repro. I had a decent jump in Biochem, which I was so proud of. And then I barely, by like a hair, improved in MSK. And I did so many MSK practice questions yesterday, and I thought I had it down. So like the fact that I probably improved by like 1 point. I thought heme was a thing that terrorized me all these years. Apparently it was MSK. I'm so excited. I don't even like, I'm so excited I feel like I could celebrate, but like this is definitely not the time to celebrate. So I'm gonna try and take it a little bit easier. It's a nice day. I'm gonna go for a walk. I'm gonna do my Anki cards. So I'm still studying, but it's a more relaxed kind of studying. I don't think I'm gonna do practice questions today because an entire exam is enough practice questions for the day.